What's going on, guys? Brent0331. Appreciate you guys tuning in. So if you've been watching my channel for well over a year now, you probably recognize this pack right here. This is the Crossfire Mark 7 Long Range Patrol Pack. And I've been using the living crap out of that, guys. I've taken it to multiple One Shepherd semesters, as well as 2 different SNS Training Solution Winter Forge training events in the cold weather training conditions. And this has just been a fantastic pack. It's 110 liters, and I've done a pretty in-depth review video over it. So if you guys are interested in this pack, be sure to go check that out. But I've used the crap out of it, guys. I even take this to some of my Marine Corps Reserve training, and it's just been a fantastic pack. It's served me well and has held up through some very rigorous training, guys. This is a 110 liter pack and has room for virtually anything you need. Now, with that said, what if you don't need this size pack? What if you're going into the field for maybe 3 days of continuous operations and you don't need 110 liters of space for gear? Well, Crossfire has a option for you guys, and that is what we're going to look at today. I've got 2 different variations here of the DG3 pack, which is only 55 liters, but as you guys can see, plenty of space for plenty of gear that's going to sustain you for, at minimum, 72 hours of sustained operations. Now, one of the things I love about Crossfire, guys, their packs are designed for the warfighter. These are not hiking packs. These aren't designed that if you hit your quick releases and they fall and they land on a squirrel, it's not going to hurt it. All right, these are warfighter packs, designed for warfighters, designed to be worn in conjunction with warfighting equipment. Okay, you don't go into combat with a little slick plate carrier with a plate in the front and the back, and then that's it. No, you got battle belts, you got gear, you got water, ammunition, magazines, radios, fragmentation grenades, smoke grenades, NVGs, the whole gamut. Okay. That's what Crossfire designs these packs to accommodate. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and dive into it. We're going to look at the DG3 55 liter pack. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment. All right, guys, so here's an up-close look at the 55 liter Crossfire DG3 pack. Now, the one right here on the left, as you can see, this is a military-oriented pack. It has MOLLE webbing all over it, so that it can accommodate, you know, the attachment of additional pouches. The one on the right here is going to be a slick gray man variant. So if you're more interested in a slick gray man style pack that doesn't have MOLLE webbing all over it and doesn't draw attention, this might be the option for you. Nonetheless, they are built essentially the same type of materials, components, just as tough. It's just, you know, what do you prefer? Slick, or do you prefer MOLLE webbing for additional attachments, for additional pouches and whatnot? So this is the DG3, okay? This is also a variant with an attached lid, okay? They have a detachable lid variant, so if you want a detachable lid, get that variant. If you want an attached lid, this is the attached lid variant, okay? Also, the DG3 can be converted to have either an external frame, like you see here. This is a tough polymer external frame. Again, I've been using the Crossfire pack for over a year now, multiple training semesters at One Shepherd, multiple SNS Winter Forge training events, as well as Marine Corps Reserve training, and I haven't had no issues with these cracking or any type of breakage or anything. So this is a very tough external frame option. There's an internal frame, so you can swap back and forth. There's a Velcro opening down here in the back that you can swap out. Okay, so if you want an external frame, you can use an external frame. If you want an internal frame, you do have that capability of doing that. My friend Steven, who's an instructor at One Shepherd, he has a YouTube channel called Milsim Perspective. You can go over that, and he's got a great video on how to swap out the between the external and internal frames. Okay, so again, whatever your preference is. So as you guys can see, the yoke here and the harness is just spectacularly made.
To loosen the strap, you simply lift up. To tighten, you pull down. Sternum strap connects. You can tighten it or loosen it and then secure it down with the Velcro piece. The sternum strap is fully adjustable on both sides. There's a long strip of Velcro here, and if you come in closer and look, you'll see that this has the same retention system that you can quickly undo, and then you can adjust this up or down on both sides and set it to exactly where you want it.
And you guys can tighten the buckles here to get this closer to the frame or further away from the frame to meet your specific liking, okay? Again, these things are designed to accommodate warfighting equipment, guys. Web gear, deuce gear, flax, Kevlars, the whole 9 yards, okay? So it's highly adjustable and customizable. I typically tighten these down as far as I can to get this yoke as tight as possible. Now, I do want to mention that all of these straps on these Crossfire packs have these Velcro closures so that you can police up these straps so you don't have a bunch of straps hanging out all over the place looking like a freaking ghillie suit and a gear bomb. Okay, so that's an excellent feature. So again, I'm tightening this up all the way per my liking. Okay, and then when I'm done with that excess strappage, I'm just going to roll it up and use this Velcro strap to secure it in place so it has a nice, orderly, tight appearance. All right, there's an old saying in the military, a tight pack is a light pack. Okay, at the top here, you have a carrying handle. That's always comes in handy, guys. You don't always are wearing your pack. Sometimes it's on the ground and you need to move it from one spot to another quickly. You just grab this, carrying handle, and it's sewn very well. And regardless of how much weight you have inside this pack, I have no problem with this ripping or anything that I've experienced thus far using these packs. All this internal harness here is all adjustable, okay? So they have a concept of a long back and short back type setup. So the short back is obviously to accommodate your warfighting war belt. Okay, so if you're the kind of guy that has like a battle belt with canteens and butt pack and things of that nature, the short back system, and that's what it comes default with, is set up and tightened down on their most lowest setting so that it sits above your war belt, okay, right above that and on the lower portion of your back, so it does not interfere with that battle belt. If you're not wearing a battle belt, you can actually adjust these to be longer, okay, so it actually moves the pack further down, and that way, if you don't have a war belt on, it sits lower, and then this hip belt and kidney pads and kidney belt go around your waist more securely and around that portion of your body, okay? But again, the short back is what it comes default with, and that is because it's designed to sit above your war belt, above your gear. And quite honestly, guys, that is one of the features that I absolutely loved about the Alice pack back in the day. The Alice pack, I felt, always sat right above my my warfighting equipment, my battle belt, my cartridge belt, my butt pack, my canteens, and it sat right in that little pocket, and that's what always made the Alice pack comfortable for me with that Alice pack frame. This pack here does the exact same thing, okay? So the waist belt is fully adjustable. If you need more slack, you just pull back on this buckle here. It gives you more room. You need to tighten it, and just pull on this strap here. All right? Let's go ahead and set this up here. Buckles. Pull it tight. And then once I got the desired width, if I want to, I can roll these up and secure them so they're not flopping all over the place. Now, also want to mention here, okay, so you have your kidney pad right here in the back, okay? This waist belt can be easily taken off with these little tabs. You simply feed them through these buckles and it removes them. Now, some of you might be asking, why would you want to do that? Right? Because the waist belt makes carrying your pack easier. Well, guys, when you're a grunt and you're an infantryman, a lot of times we do not use these things. And when they are permanently attached, like on a lot of the issued packs, we end up just folding these back and using the belt itself to secure them back so that it's not able to go around your waist. And the reason for that is because if you take contact and you're wearing this pack, you want to be able to hit these quick releases, okay? And here's a quick release right here. just by pulling it, it removes itself. All right, to seat it back in place, I just stick it through the slot, stick that buckle through there, and then I'm back in business. And there we go. When we hit the quick release and we pull this off, we want this pack to just drop freely. We don't want a belt around our waist. One more additional thing that we have to mess with in order to get this pack off us. You take contact, guys, you want to drop that pack as soon as possible. You don't want to be in the middle of a firefight while wearing a ruck on your back. Okay, so that is the beauty of having something like this where you can detach that waist belt if you don't want to use it. Okay, and then that way when you pull these quick release, these rip right off, and then this pack is on the ground, falls freely. Now the material of the pack is a 500 denier Cordura. It's a lightweight, tough material. It's water repellent. You know, being rained on out at One Shepherd and being in the snow at Winter Forge, I've never had an issue with water actually piercing through the pack. However, if you truly want to make the pack waterproof, you can always use just a waterproofing bag, Willie Peter bag, stuff your gear inside that, and then put that inside the pack, and then there you go. It's truly waterproof, and the pack will float as long as the Willie Peter bag is tied off and secure. All right, moving on to the lid of the DG3. So again, this is the attached lid. They also have a detachable lid option. So if that's what you want to go for, look at that one. But this is the attached model, which is honestly what I prefer. Okay, so as you can see, the lid is cut and contoured to the pack itself. Okay, on the front, the lid secures with two buckles, Fastech style buckles, which are kind of cut and I believe is an exclusive design for Crossfire. They design these style buckles, and the packs do come with replacement buckles if you need to replace those. Okay, on the front of the pack is Velcro, and this is for name tags, blood types, unit patches, whatever you need to put on there. Also in the middle, it has a little section here that you guys can see is covered up, but you can fold this over and secure it in place, and then there you go. You got an IR square for identification of friendly forces. Okay, really comes in handy at night through MBGs. All right, but if you don't want that exposed, you just cover it back up with the little patch itself. All right. On the back side here, we got a top pocket, and this is kind of the smallest of pockets in this lid. You open that up, it's got a small compartment in here to keep readily accessible items, maybe keys, a phone, something you need to get to quickly in the dark where you can't see crap. That is the very top zipper. And then there's also 3 little organizational compartments in here. 2 are small, maybe for like a small handheld flashlight, and then there's another little smaller pouch in there to help organize. But that is the smallest pocket and the very top pocket of this particular lid. Next pocket down, another zipper opening, gives you access to a larger compartment with a mesh lining, and we'll talk about that here again here in a minute when I flip this lid over. But what I really want to point out to you guys is there's another zipper in here, all right? And you open that up, and that reveals a smaller pouch compartment that has a like a microfiber style soft lining. So if you got optics or sunglasses, stuff that can be scratched because it has a lens, you need to well, you should put it in here to protect it. Okay, it does have that option, but it's kind of a small protective pouch for those you know, sensitive items that have lenses that can be scratched or damaged. Okay, but again, access to a main mesh compartment right here to access it through the top. Let's go ahead and open this up so we can look at it from the inside. All right, here's another compartment, mesh compartment from the bottom of the lid of the pack. You open that up, it's a completely separate mesh compartment from the other mesh compartment that you had access to in the top. Okay, so if you remember, I reached my hand in, there's a mesh compartment. Well, this one is directly underneath that, so it's 2 separate compartments. If you want to expand them, you could undo that zipper, and then you have access to both. Okay, but These are designed as two separate mesh compartments, one access from the top, one access from the bottom. So plenty of space, guys, for readily accessible items. And what do I mean by readily accessible items? Cold weather, or excuse me, snivel gear, such as your watch cap, your neck gaiter, your cold weather gloves, GPSs, IR chem lights, IR strobes, things like that. Stuff that you need to get to at night. You don't want to be fumbling through the main pack of your, the main compartment of your pack, trying to find this stuff. It's nice and organized right here at the top, readily accessible for you to grab out. Also, this right here, as you guys can see, it's got one long Velcro tab here, and then two side ones. And what this is for is Camelbacks, radios, whatever you need. Okay, so if you need to run a Camelback hose through one of these, you would simply open up one of these flaps here, undo that zipper slightly, run your hose out and through the shoulder harness, and then there you go. You have easy access to a Camelback hose. Or if you have a radio, guys, we'll talk about this in a little while, but there's actually a radio pouch inside this pack, and this gives you quick and easy access to open this up, reach down there, toggle knobs, change freaks, do whatever you need to do, okay? And then you can run your handset through one and an antenna through the other, okay? And then again, this middle portion here will keep that organized, your antenna on one side, and keep it from sliding left or right, and then your handset on the other side, setting it up how to your specific liking. But that's what that portion is, and that's pretty much the lid in a nutshell. Let's move on. All right, the top of the pack closes with a buckle. Okay, it also has some cord lock, so you can tighten, pull these tight, and this will secure the sides of the pack, pull them in and clench them in tighter. Okay, and then it really secures with this, and there you go. It's kind of a more open design, guys, and we're going to talk about that here again here in a second with the way this pack uniquely opens up. Okay. All right, let's talk about the exterior of the pack here. So as you guys can see, it has MOLLE PALS webbing all the way around it. And if you want to add additional pouches, canteens, sustainment pouches, e-tools, guys, the MOLLE webbing literally goes from the sides to the front to the opposite sides. So you have that customizable capability, okay? To open this up, undo the front two buckles there. All right, and there's 3 additional buckles in the front, which play a pivotal role we'll talk about here in a second. But I'm going to undo those. And then this has a very unique opening system, guys. As you guys can see, this zipper right here, I'm going to simply zip all the way down, and this is going to fold out, and there you go. You got access to the whole entirety of the inside of the pack. So if you got stuff packed at the bottom of the pack, no problem. Yeah, I can reach all the way down there. The zipper enables this pack to fold up, or fold out, I should say, to get to those particular items. Okay, very easy. And just put it all back together. Just put the flaps back in place, zip it up, and then buckle these cross straps. Now, some of you might be worried about the zipper breaking or something like that. Guys, this is a very tough military grade zipper. As well as you have these 3 cross straps that help keep it tight and together to alleviate some of the stress on the zipper itself. So I like this opening system on this particular pack. I think it's pretty good. So what else do we got? On the sides here, you have adjustable lashing straps, essentially. Okay, so if you need to tighten something down, you also have a pass-through on the side. Now this is a very important feature because there's 2 slots right here. One of them goes all the way through, so to accommodate something like maybe skis. The other one has a base, all right, with a drain hole. But inside the bottom of that base is a hard rubber, you know, rip resistant type material. So if you need to stick something there, maybe a mortar tube, mortar rounds, usually what I do is I take my field stool. I'll take my field stool, I'll stick it through here, and then stick it in that little rubber protective slot there. And then literally all I need to do is tighten down on these lashing straps on the outside, and that will keep that stool nice and tight to my pack. Just like that. Easy in, easy out. And that, you have that feature on both sides. Again, all the way pass through on the back side, or if you need that rubber, hard rubber stop on the front side of that bottom pouch, right in there. This will also accommodate you know, several different types of canteens. Nalgene bottles, your typical you know, 1 quart canteen. I'm not sure if it holds a 2 quart. I'll try that here in a second and see if that works as well. It definitely will hold a multitude of different canteens, as well as you know, this particular pass-through option can facilitate the carrying of a machete and other essential tools like a Maddox or something along those lines. So again, guys, a pack is designed for war-fighting functions, okay, and to carry war-fighting equipment. On the bottom here is another level of PALS MOLLE webbing, you know, to add certain types of you know, additional pouches. What I usually use these bottom MOLLE straps for is just attaching things like an isomat, okay, whether that be a round isomat or the accordion style. I can hook it up to these MOLLE webbings just by using you know, your standard bungee cords. They will hook into these MOLLE PALS webbings and hold those, you know, isomats in place, making it easy to get to. All right, so let's talk about the internal components of the pack. Now, this pack has a lot of pouches that are sewn in for internal organization to help keep it organized. And again, you know, one of the benefits of a pack is being able to reach in this thing in the dead of night, because in a nighttime tactical environment, guys, you can't be using light. If you do use light, you have to be very judicious in how you use it. A lot of times that encompasses going underneath the poncho to try to mitigate that light source from escaping. So the way you combat that and keep things simple is by internal organization pouches and knowing where stuff is in your pack, okay, so that you can do it in total darkness. Okay, but this pack here has several pouches that are built into it for organization. As you can see on each side of these flaps is a organization pouch, okay, that can hold things like socks or change of underwear, skivvies, or other just miscellaneous items that you need. Okay, additionally, you have these built-in mesh pouches on each side, and it's important to note, guys, as you guys can see, they have these little tabs here. All of this stuff is removable, okay? So if you want to strip some of the organizational pouches in there for whatever reason, maybe you don't need it, maybe you're trying to cut down on weight, you have the capability of doing that. So I will demonstrate that here in a minute, but one thing I want to show here is right here you have a Camelback pouch, okay? Fold that over. You have another Camelback pouch, okay? Fold that over, and there you go. You have a radio pouch here for a 117 that fits inside this pack. Now again, every single one of these pouches that I just showed you, as you guys can see, it's got these clips. You can easily strip it out. So that's what I'm gonna do here. And there we go. Just took out the last Camelback pouch. So some guys might ask, you know, why do you need 2 Camelback pouches? Well, why would you not want that capability, okay? Long extended operations, 3 days in the field, you're gonna cut through a lot of water. If you wanna take 2 Camelbacks, you know, depending on how many liters those Camelbacks hold, that's a crap load of water, guys. Water and ammunition, those are 2 key fundamental things in combat, all right? Moving down inside this pack, this is actually a helmet harness, which I'll show you guys here in a minute. Okay, but you also have a strap inside built in that is also removable that you can take off, but this will help you, lay something down, and then you can tie this down inside the pack to keep it tight against the base of the pack. Okay, so that does come in handy for several different items. Okay, but you do have this little internal lashing strap to keep things tight inside the pack. And again, it's removable, guys. You can take it out. Okay, so to remove these side compartment pouches, as you guys can see, it's got Velcro. Just pull the Velcro strip off, and then again, the tab enables you to remove it. So you can literally strip this pack down, so there's essentially no organization pouches inside it other than the ones that are directly sewn on each side of the flap here. It is a very modular style pack. Lot of different capability. Vent holes on the bottom to help drain water if you go through the creek or the river crossing or whatever the case may be. But very roomy, capable pack. Okay, so next thing I'm going to talk about is securing your helmet to the actual pack itself so it attaches to the exterior. So as you can see, it's got these 4 tabs here. I'm just going to go ahead and insert them on the base of the pack. So they lock in real quick and easy. All right, and then here we got a pouch for a Kevlar helmet. So I'm going to go ahead and insert my Kevlar helmet into this pouch here. It's got some lashing straps inside so you can tighten it down. All right, once I got my Kevlar inside the pouch here, I'm just gonna fold it over, and then on each side is another little attachment point to insert that tab through. And there we go. Kevlar helmet is officially attached to the exterior of the pack, guys. Held inside this little pocket. Now if I need to get it off quickly, there we go. Kevlar's off. So here's a DG3 slick. So I'm gonna undo this. And this one has a slightly different closure style than my other one. And this one actually has a pull cord and a cord lock so that you can adjust that and tighten that up. Okay, so a little bit different than the other variant that I have. Also has a little toggle that can secure it in place, like so, to keep it from coming undone. Velcro closure after you undo the toggle. And again, undoing the cross straps. And it looks like there's not a third cross strap like on the other DG3. Okay, so you're pretty much sacrificing that third cross strap for the ability to pull tight on the opening of this pack. Other than that, guys, zip it down. Opens up just like the other one. You have the organizational pouches on the side. You also have all the attachment points to insert those other attachments. Your 177 holder, your 2 Camelback holders. It has all those attachment points. It also has the side mesh organizational keeper pouches on the sides here. So essentially same pack, guys, minus the MOLLE with a little bit different feature on opening at the top. Well, that's it, guys. That completes my video review of this Crossfire DG3 pack. If you guys are liking what you're seeing, don't forget to check out my channel, subscribe. I've already done several gear reviews, and I plan to do several more in the future. Also, don't forget to check out my review of the Crossfire Mark 7 Long Range Patrol Pack. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment.